150. It's good to see you all again. My goal really is to sign off and say good luck, and then I hope I'll get to see you again come fall, and when we get back onto campus that you all will stop and say goodbye. I'm wearing one of my last book t-shirts, embroidered another gift from my side of the family this time. Cheersing you with, looks like a beer, a seltzer water in my koozie from Aiken's, one of the shops downtown in Old Town, reminding you to support local business. But I'm not going to edit this. I hope that you all have a really great time this summer, and that you all are able to stay safe and healthy. And thank you all for persisting through this semester with me. It's been an emotional one, and I feel ya. So I did how personal to get in this message, because I know that this semester has sucked in so many ways. For me, I lost my grandma just after we got back from break. I have postponed my wedding until next year, which some of you have asked about. When I was home in Ohio, I was there, but canceled or postponed. In every which way, this semester has turned things upside down and forced longer hours and less connection, and I feel a lot of the sometimes disconnected from you, and I hope that you're also taking solace in some of the good things that are happening. I have never gotten to spend so much time with my dogs in one go. I don't know what they're going to do when we go back to work and I leave the house for more than an hour at a time every other week to get groceries. But I hope that you're all doing okay. And I know that this has been a really, really challenging time in so many ways, and I understand that I'm still coming from a place of ultimate privilege, and that there are so many things that are going well, and there are so many things that I won't complain about, or that I don't have to complain about. But every single one of us is taking this semester differently, is going to look at the next few or several months very differently. And I hope you know that I'm here for you, that I care about you and respect you and appreciate all of the hard work that you've put in, whether that's been checking in on email every day, whether that's checking in every few weeks to let me know that you're still there. We're all plugging away at this, and I really sincerely thank you for that. That said, I will get into just a few slides for us, kind of my takeaway of CO 150. I teach this course pretty much every semester, and I think I genuinely believe in what I do, and I wholeheartedly appreciate the work that we do here, and believe that it'll help you not just in every other class, in every other writing class, but I hope in your lives, as you try to navigate the current situation, as you work forward in your career, and in your personal relationships too. So a couple quick notes, and then I'll sign off for good. So like I said, the general message of this video is good luck and thank you. I know that we'll get into the video in just a second that I'd like to share with you. Good luck is maybe just a banal platitude, just a thing that you say and don't actually mean, like, hey, how are you? I do mean it, and I hope that you'll take this to heart, and I hope that good things are coming to you in the future. I make this offer to all my students. I hope that you will keep me in mind in the future if you need any letters of recommendation. With that, feel free to email me ahead of time, or stop by my office. This year I was in Eddy 332. I might change offices next semester, so just take a look. But I hope that you will stop by regardless. For letters of recommendation, do remember to give your professors just at least a couple weeks of notice, so they can prepare and get some materials from you, so that they can write the best letter possible. There's a lot of good things happening and a lot of great opportunities in terms of internships and study abroad and career opportunities in grad school. So I do hope that you'll stay in touch and keep me in mind. I like to make that offer very explicit, just in case this is something that's a little bit nerve-wracking for you. That said, we are finishing out CO 150. That's one of the required composition courses that you'll take. I've gotten a few questions about upper level composition, which you have a few choices depending on your track. Actually, and I'm missing one. I teach CO 300. That is the general upper level composition class. There are also other options for different disciplines. So there's a CO 301 A, B, and C. Those are for the sciences and humanities and a few others. There's also Business 300. There's also JTC 300, which is the one I forgot. You will take one more composition class after this. And since some have asked, I do have my sections displayed for the CO3 I'll be teaching next semester. The video that I have linked here is about a 10-minute video. I highly encourage you to watch it because I think that there are so many important takeaways that you can learn both from our class and just things in the video that I think are that David Foster Wallace highlights in this graduation speech that are really meaningful life opportunities that would be really beneficial to take away. So feel free to watch that. I have just a couple notes on that I want to communicate with you too. So if you've watched the video, he talks about a couple different stories and about using the phrase "have a nice day," explaining that really it's our responsibility as people to pay attention. Wouldn't be a video if I didn't hiccup during it, would it? But now platitudes, we think of these, like I started the video with, just common everyday sayings when you say, "Hi, how are you?" in an exchange, that it doesn't necessarily show your interest in the other person or care for someone else. But I hope that the way that you interpret the things that I say to you and the people around you, that you find meaning in them. I hope that some of these kind of really trite and overdone things do become meaningful, and that you are able to find the beauty and the small things in these messages. Ultimately, your life is made up of a lot of different choices, and I hope that in that you're able to make the choice and to be intentional, to look at things with a critical eye, to make meaning. I think that CO150 does a really good job of framing rhetoric in a way that lets us think about how we interact with other people, how we interact online or face-to-face, or when we read the news. I think these messages are so important because you have to make a conscious choice about how you're processing this information and how you put all of this together in order to really, in order to be a person, in order to think about what you want out of a situation and how you conduct yourself in your life. As David Foster Wallace talks through this video, I get really emotional thinking about all of the choices that we make and how often we operate on this, what he calls the default setting, and that how dangerous that is when we stop paying attention, when we let things wash over us, when we stop being intentional about our process, about our lives, and just let life happen to us. I think looking at things rhetorically and trying to suss out the message and the purpose and the audience and thinking about who the author is of these different messages is a really, really beautiful and meaningful way to start extrapolating more meaning and to get a better understanding of the world around us. So I hope that this is an empowering message. Like I said, I know I get emotional watching this video a little bit, and thinking about how we use all of this as fuel for the fire, how you reach out to others, how you communicate, how you interact with the world around you, and that you do it in a meaningful and engaging and thoughtful way, with an understanding of other people's backgrounds, who the intended audience is, what the purpose is, with the overall goal of being good humans and working hard for other people. That said, you're in school for the education to make yourself a better, more knowledgeable person. And I hope that this is a message that you'll carry with you. I hope that you'll continue to sit and think about where we are in the world, where we are in this current crisis, and how you operate within it. These are really important and really scary times, and I think that thinking about it and processing and remembering. We just did a unit on reflection, and I mentioned that I think it would be really wonderful to take a moment and think about your life outside of school, outside of our class and to process it, bringing that awareness to everything that's going on right now, to your life, to these different milestones that you're hitting, or maybe missing, those of you graduating. I feel for you, and I hope that you sit with that discomfort and that pain and let it be, and know that there are other much greater pains, and that there are so many other things that we can be thinking about right now, but that ultimately that you use it as a force of good, and that you're able to think about this life that we have and how you're operating in it and what your purpose and meaning are. And I hope that you do well. So, that said, like David Foster Wallace encourages us, choose well. Choose the life. Choose meaning. Choose intent to be intentional and conscientious about your surroundings and the people you interact with and how you go about your daily life. I've tried to do that this semester, and I do so truly appreciate every one of you. And I do hope that I get the chance to see you again, and that you'll stay in touch, whether that's for a letter of recommendation, if you want to grab coffee, if you just poke your head into Eddie the next time you're around. I'll be in the Writing Center next semester too, so I hope that I'll continue to see many of you there. I know that a lot of you have used those services. And thanks. I really appreciate it. I will for one last shot dogs. Whoops. Now I've disturbed them. Nope, I can't figure out how to do this video. Hi, boys. I hope you are less sleepy than they are. Have a wonderful, wonderful summer. Take care. Not just care. See ya. Bye, everybody.